What happened next would haunt the entire restaurant forever, because the moment the billionaire's eyes landed on the waitress's tiny silver pendant, his face drained of all color. It was supposed to be an ordinary afternoon at Maple and Stone Diner in Toronto, but for Emily, it felt like the universe had decided to test her patience again. She'd already worked a double shift, her feet were aching, and she still had to pick up her 8-year-old daughter from after-school care. But she kept smiling. She always did. Life wasn't easy, but she tried to stay soft, even when the world felt hard. The diner was packed when a tall, sharply dressed man entered, Leonard Hawthorne, the billionaire tech investor everyone recognized from the news. Customers whispered, phones lifted for pictures, and the manager, Mr. Doyle, suddenly straightened his tie and slicked his hair back like he was auditioning for a commercial. Emily approached with her usual gentle smile. "Good afternoon, sir. Table 4. Before she could finish, Mr. Doyle stormed toward them, his face twisted with irritation. "Emily, how many times do I have to tell you? Don't greet VIP customers unless I tell you to." The room fell silent. Emily froze. She hadn't done anything wrong, she was just doing her job. "I'm sorry, she began, but Doyle cut her off loudly. "You're always messing things up. You know what? That's it. You're fired. Right here, right now." Her breath caught. "Fired. In front of everyone." Whispers spread. Someone gasped. A teenager pulled out their phone to record. Emily's chest tightened as she tried to steady her voice. "Please, I have a child. I need this job." Doyle rolled his eyes. "Then you should have thought about that before being completely useless." Tears stung her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. She wasn't going to break in front of all these strangers. And that was when the billionaire finally looked at her, really looked at her. His gaze dropped to the small, worn pendant hanging around her neck. A simple silver charm shaped like a tiny compass. Emily touched it when she was nervous, and right now her fingers were wrapped so tightly around it she could feel the edges bite her skin. Suddenly, the billionaire's face went pale. Where did you get that?" His voice cracked. Emily blinked. It was my mother's. She passed away when I was 13. Doyle scoffed. "Sir, ignore her. Be quiet," the billionaire said sharply. The entire diner fell into a deeper silence. He stepped closer to Emily, his eyes glassy. "What was your mother's name?" "Laura," Emily whispered. "Laura Bennett." The billionaire staggered slightly, gripping the edge of a nearby table as if the world had tilted. "Laura Bennett was my sister." Emily's heartbeat thundered in her ears. "No," she breathed. "That can't be. I never knew she had a." "She ran away when she was young," he said softly. "Our family, we weren't good to her. I spent years trying to find her. And then one day, I learned she had passed. But I never knew she had a daughter." His voice trembled, raw and broken. "I can't believe I'm meeting you like this," he said. Emily felt the room sway. All her life, she'd believed she had no family left. Suddenly this man, this billionaire, was telling her he was her uncle. Doyle stepped forward, nervous now. "Sir, if this is true." The billionaire turned, ice in his voice. "You fired her, publicly humiliated her, over nothing." Doyle stuttered. I didn't know." "That makes it worse," the billionaire replied coldly. "You don't treat any human being like that. Ever." He looked back at Emily, his expression softening. "You're coming with me," he said gently. "If you'll allow it." Emily hesitated. Her whole life had been struggle after struggle. She wasn't used to kindness, especially not from someone powerful. But there was something sincere in his eyes. Something familiar. I don't know what to say," she whispered. "Say you'll let me help," he said. "Not because of money, but because you're family." For the first time in years, Emily felt her defenses melt. A tear slipped down her cheek, and she didn't hide it this time. "I'll give you and your daughter a home," he continued softly. "Support, education, whatever you need. You've survived too much alone." The customers who had witnessed her humiliation now watched in stunned silence as Emily's life shifted in front of their eyes, not because of luck, but because kindness finally found her after years of darkness. She nodded slowly. "Okay." The billionaire placed a trembling hand over the pendant. "She kept this," he whispered. "Even after everything. And now it brought you back to me." Emily inhaled shakily, feeling something she hadn't felt in years, hope. Real hope. As she walked out of the diner beside her newly found family, she realized something powerful. Sometimes life breaks you down right before it rebuilds you into someone stronger. Sometimes your biggest heartbreak leads you straight to the people who were meant to love you all along. And sometimes, the smallest pendant carries the heaviest destiny.